Hello and welcome to the Nexus. Today we're going to be doing a triple whammy on our Optimus Prime build. Let's get going. Okay, so yeah, we are going to be doing issue 34, 35 and 36 today. These are the parts that we've got to do. There ain't too much actually. We've got some bits here. You probably noticed there's a bit of a wiring now. I'll come on to that. Now the reason I've tripled it up is because obviously as a subscriber you get 5 issues every month. So it leaves an odd number out. I was going to double them up, and if there was a big issue I was going to do that one on its own. There isn't much to do in the 3 of these. So I thought I'd tally them all up together, which means you guys get to see it easier. It means we can concentrate a little bit more on doing it all at once, which is brilliant. If you want me to continue to do them issue by issue, let me know in the comments. I can certainly do that. I just think bunching them together is a little bit easier. We're also going to need, in these 3 stages, we're going to need this section that we built ages ago, and the other 2 pistons that we got as well. So we've got them as well to put on. So without further ado, let's start building. Okay, so let's put these bits aside a second. We've got 34 here. We'll open that in just a second. Let's take a little look at the magazine. United under Nest, so that's about the Nest team. We've got Transformers animated. So I don't know if this was like the kids animated version that they did. I think it was under Fox Kids. If anyone remembers that channel, I'm probably showing my age, but there used to be a TV channel called Fox Kids. I remember Transformers animated being on there. Then we come on to Chroma. Chroma is another RC sort of motorbike vehicle for the Autobots. Decepticons Series 6 figures. So this is, as they went along, they started making a lot of the figures a lot smaller. Obviously we get some big ones, but yeah, so look, these are the parts we're going to do. So without further ado, let's crack open this and get building. Okay, we do have some screws in this one, so I'm going to grab my screwdriver. Let's pull that open. Pull it all out. There we go, we've got some IP screws here. Okay, so we are just screwing some bits in. But first we're going to be fitting, we've got all these parts here, like so. Got some little tabs here as well. Okay, so we're going to be, I think we're going to be screwing some bits onto Optimus as well as onto these parts as well, which is good. So let's get an IP screw out. So first we're going to screw this section in. Okay, so we're going to grab Optimus Prime here. And this part here is going to sit just is it the other side? It might be this side, yeah. Yeah, it's this side. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to fit this here. So it's a push fit, but we're going to secure it in place with an IP screw just in this hole here. Just like that. Lovely, lovely. So that looks like that. So we've got the light here, or a version of a light just here. And just like I thought, it goes this side. You can tell because it won't go the other side. That's the only reason I knew it was there. Looking at the book, I got a little bit confused. But anyway, look, it's there anyway. So I'm going to put that aside for a minute. Next, we're going to take this weird section here. We're going to open up our bag. and we're going to put this little ball joint at the top here, so it sort of slides in like that, and we're going to use an IP screw to secure it in place. Like so. Now it is plastic, so don't want to put too much pressure on the top there. But as you can see, there's a little screw just up there. Next, what we're going to do is we're just going to peg these into here. So, like I said, there is one like that, which is a flatter base, and then you've got the thicker base one, which is smaller, which goes on that side. So you can sort of see the difference in the size and where they go. And they just go on like that. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to bring over Optimus, and we're going to stick this section on here, on the bit that we've just screwed in. This part is going to go like that, and then we're going to stick this part on here that we had before. So what we are going to do is we're going to stick it on like that. We're going to use an IP screw, IP sorry, not AP, IP screw. This is going to go through the middle of this section, like so. This will secure it down, and then what we're going to do is we're going to stick this on like that. So that's like that. Then what we're going to do, we're going to grab this section here, and this section, so I'm trying to see which way this goes round. Okay, so we've got a short stub and a longer stub, you can see there. So we need the shorter stub, and it's going to go into this ball joint just here. Can you see that? Just there. So we'll need to apply a little bit of pressure just to push it in. Without breaking anything else. There we go. It's a tight fit, it goes in, and then it can just move. Okay, so where's this going to go to? Okay, so next what we've got to do is we're going to grab one of our pistons that we did, and just like before, we're going to put the bigger end on there, and then the smaller end will come down here, and that will go on just like that. Just like that. So now we've got this side with both pistons on that we built. So there's that one, and there's that one. And then we've got one last bit, which is around the back here. So we're sort of around here. We've got one big tab and one small tab, as you can see there, and we're going to stick that in just there, so, like that, just like that. So that is what we're at, or I should say where we're at this point. So we've got this ball joint section here, we've got the pistons on, we've had to screw in this section and this. So that is what we've done in issue 34. So let's see what we're doing in issue 35. Okay, so these are the parts for issue 35. I'm going to put them aside as normal. We're going to also need this for this stage, and we're also going to need some tweezers as well. That will all be explained as we go forward. So we've got general, I can't read that upside down. I can read that bit. Anyway, more on the Transformers cinematic universe. Optimus as well. We've got some other sections. This is one, so it must be more. Then we've got Galvatron. Unicron turns Megatron into Galvatron. That's all you need to know. That's just, it's all here. Who Galvatron is. He was in the original 1986 movie. So there's that. We've got Autobots Series 6. Once again, we'll have a little look. We've got Grimlock, Bumblebee, Jazz there. Going all the way down, so we've got loads of figures here. And then we've got our parts. So I don't want to spoil it too much on what we've got to do. So, let's open up the packet and start building. Okay, so just gone ahead and open that. We do get some screws, so we're going to be screwing a little bit more. And as you can see, we have a wire and a light. This says M on it. So it's a new thing the partwork companies are now doing. Is they used to put little tabs, little paper tabs on the wires, or they didn't used to mark them at all. Now they seem to be stamping the actual connector with a letter, which is so much more easier to follow. So yeah, I'm really happy with them doing that, to be completely fair. So we've got all these parts here, and we've got some screws as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab this section just here, and we're going to stick our light in it. So the light will go in just here, if we can get it in, because it is a tight fit. There it goes, goes in like that. And what we're going to use a UP, which is this one with the washer, to secure that in place. And it's a rather tiny screw, so just hold it in place and screw it down. Like so, don't over screw it, but screw it down enough. Okay, so I'm going to grab this section here, and we're going to put this on our front section. So this is the front section here. So it's going to go, these two tabs here are just going to fit into here. Now we have a wire. So this is where it comes a little bit tricky. I don't know why they've left it like this. This could have been done a while ago, and now we've got to fiddly try and maneuver this around. This is why I've got my tweezers here. Okay, so as you can see here, there is a gap just here. This is where it's going to go up. We're going to pass it through, all the way through, until we see it up this section here. So we've got to look down there to try and find it. Now, once we've done that, we need to just pull it through like that, like I'm doing now. Careful though, because we don't want to snag it. Okay, so that goes down like that. That goes up, and there it is. So it's actually pretty straightforward. I thought it was going to be a bit more difficult than it was. So as you can see, it goes around, up through the two sections there, which then goes through here, and then you just grab it with the tweezers like I did, and you put it through. And it works really well. Now we can't test it at this point. We've got no test board, or did we? I don't know. Hang on. No, because I think the head was the head was sort of self-contained, so we don't have a means at the moment to test it. But what it does tell me is that somewhere up here, somewhere in this area, we're going to have a test board or a CPU or something like that where this plugs into, because obviously we're going to get another light just there. So that's what that tells me. Anyway, let's just carry on. So next, what we're going to do is we've got this section just here, like that. And what we're going to do here is this part is going to sit just on these two tabs here. So as you can see, it's got like a hook side either end, and then we're going to tab it just in here, so it's just about getting it the right way round, because we've got one big and one small, and the small one obviously goes on the small one. Use that white there. There we go. Just like that. Sort of tabs in like so. Obviously we've got a bigger one there and a smaller one. Just it's easy to follow. So that's where that bit goes. Next we've got this bit here, which is going to go on here. So it's a ball joint. So it's just going to tab on like that. So as you can see, it sort of just tabs on. It's a ball joint, and I think it just sort of sits, because it's on a ball joint, it's twirly. You can twirl it. So I think it just sits like that for now. I can't really see any other way it goes. Okay, there we go. So it sits like that, like downwards. You can see it in the final part. Okay, now the final part is this section just here. So what we are going to do is we're going to sit these two together, so they sort of sit like that. So we've got this section here poking up, and then those two bits poking up. That's where we're going to go. We're going to use an eyepiece screw to attach this. I do apologise, I've got a cold developing or something, so there we go. So that's sort of in like that. Then we're going to grab this section just like that. So that should sit like this, and then this is going to sit in like that. I think that's the way it sits. We'll find out in just a second. Okay, so next point we've done, we've attached that. This part here is going to tab into this ball joint just here. So we're just going to push that in like so, and then we're not going to take that out of the ball joint. So that sort of just sits like that. So at the end of this video, we've got the front here. So that's what the front should look like at the end of this stage, I should say, because we've got one more stage to go. So that's 35 done. So at 35, that's what it should look like. It's coming together really nicely. So we've put the wire in, we've put this barrier section on, and this section on just here, and it's coming along nicely. We're starting to bulk it out. We've also done that section as well. So let's carry on to issue 36. Okay, so we'll have a look in the magazine in just a minute. These are the parts. What we're going to be doing is exactly what we did in issue 34 at the start of this video, but we're now going to be doing it for the opposite side. So let's take a little look. Robo Warrior and an Unexpected Ally. So this is Revenge of the Fallen. We're going to Cinematic Universe here. Then we've got that Autobot. I can't read that upside down. Elite 1. There, the female one that was in the Transformers series. Decepticon Series 6. So another look at all the figures for Series 6 of these Decepticons. And then what we're doing is we're just doing what we did at the start of the video. So let's go on. Okay, so like we did before, we're now doing this side. So this is the left hand side, which is that side of our torso. We're going to need the last piston as well, which is good. So we've got less parts now floating about, which is good. We're going to use obviously some IP screws as well. So we've got our screwdriver here. So let's do that first. So once again, this is going to sit on that side. So it's going to sit up like that. And we're going to use an IP screw to secure that in. Like so. So that sits on just like that. Pretty straightforward. Next, we've got these parts here. This one's going to go a lot quicker because we know what we're doing now. Once again, I'm going to stick the little ball joint up the top there. IP screw up the top. There we go. That was screwed into there. Once again, we've got a big and a small one. So the big one goes in this one. Like so. And we've got a little one that will go into this little tab just here. And then as before, we are going to tab it just in here. Move that one out of the way a minute. There we go. We're going to use an IP screw to secure that in between before we put anything else on. Just to secure it down. So once again, now it's got lots of bits about, it's going to be a lot more difficult to sort of nail down. There we go. Okay, so we're going to put this one here on here, like so. Then we've got the big hole, so that's going to go on there, and then that's going to sit on like so. So that's like that. Okay, this part goes on the back here into these two recessed sections. That goes on like that. Next, we've got the this part. We're going to stick it on the small rim member. So we've got like a long end on the ball joint. We're going to use the smaller end. That's going to tab into this section just here. There we go. That sort of sits like that, and we are done. So we've actually done this month's this pack like that. That completes issue 36. Okay, so that completes the latest pack of Optimus Prime. We've done 34, 35 and 36, so triple whammy. Really impressed with that. Just bring it up to show you. So there we are. And it's looking a little bit like a beast now, I've got to say. I was a bit unsure how the torso would look, but with all the little details on this, as you can see as well, I would imagine in the next issues we're going to just add the bits on. So we've added this bit, so there'll be another bit here. We're going to obviously add another light, so there's going to be another one that comes out here as well. But it's come together very, very nicely. I'm very, very impressed with all of this. So yeah, I would imagine the light will be in the next issue. So will this section here that goes here, and loads of other bits. Obviously his chest. I've got his chest actually just here. So you're going to see where it's actually going to sit. So his chest will be like that. It's hard just to hold it, but we can try. So his chest will be sort of here, like that. And it's looking, I tell you what, it's looking cool. Looking very, very good on that. But let us know in the comments what you think. Remember, if it's the first time here, check out all the other content that I produce here at the Nexus. But let us know in the comments what you think of this. Remember to give us a thumbs up. And as always, we'll see you guys at the next video. So take it easy. See you later.